Hi everyone, I'm so glad you found me. I want to make this quick video to give you an idea of how you can turn your finances around really quickly and how you can bring money, wealth and abundance into your life. So first of all, you need to realize that the situation that you're in now is temporary, it's not permanent. You're in this situation because of past decisions that you've made. You also are allowed and you have permission to decide again. You can choose to do something differently work-wise, and that will then put you in a different position and will have a different effect when it comes to payday. Now you may think that's very obvious and very simple, but a lot of people make decisions about career and work under pressure. So I'm 20 years old, I'm a single parent, I need to find some job that's around to feed this child. I'm going to take any job that is there and I'm going to accept the pay that they give me. So that's where your circumstances decide for you, and if you want to make money and become prosperous, you have to take your power back and you decide what your circumstances are going to look like. So I want you to do a quick visualization. Just imagine a $20 bill in your mind's eye. And just take a moment and notice what feelings come up for you. Is it fear? Is it a sense of being totally oppressed? Is it happiness? Does money feel like an old friend? While you're tuning in, I'm just gonna take a moment and drink some water. What else has come up for you in that visualization? That's really important because you need to know how you feel about money, because your attitude towards it is going to have a certain response. If you fear money, it's going to be nowhere in your life. If you desperately crave money and you need it, you're going to squeeze the life out of it, and money is going to be frightened and is going to run off. Money is an energy, remember, and it's created by human beings, so it's a law that we have, a spiritual law that we have to kind of get with if we want our financial situation to work. If you're friends with money, if you got that image, you two holding hands, skipping down a yellow brick road, then money will come into your life like a friend would. It will sometimes just pick up the phone and appear. So for instance, you'll find a $20 bill on the ground and you'll be lucky with money. So it's important that you realize that your attitude is really a big part in what's going to happen to you financially, and that you need to take responsibility for your attitude. Now, some of us can change our attitude just by realizing that we have this way of thinking, and we say, okay, I'm not going to think that way anymore. I'm going to now make friends with money. I'm going to use positive affirmations to do that, and things will turn around. Other people struggle a little bit more. Other people will have to use certain tools, need outside help to get these changes in their thinking to occur. And that's the majority of people, because a change in thinking is something that's usually quite difficult to achieve for most of us, and there has to be a journey involved, a process. So a very good way of now getting to the nitty-gritty of this and really starting to make money in your life, you need to suspend this pressure that's on you all the time just for a moment, okay? So don't think of, okay, but you know, I've got rent due on Monday and how am I going to pay that? Just for the time being, give yourself a second to imagine yourself working at something that you love, regardless of the money and what that would be. Again, for a lot of people, that's enough. They can close their eyes, tune into themselves. That's all meditation is, by the way, just closing your eyes, tuning into your own energy, and just being still and sitting with yourself and being aware of what comes up. So the way to do this If you can imagine a $20 bill, then you can also do what I'm about to tell you. So you visualize yourself turning your back on money for the time being, just for now, because we're looking at something else. We're doing spiritual work. And you face towards a happy future where you see yourself living a wonderful, abundant, prosperous life. See yourself in the car that you want. Don't be afraid to be materialistic and to just, you know, be honest about what you want. Do you want a butler? Is it totally over the top? Imagine the house you're going to live in. Imagine the clothes you're going to wear. Imagine everything that makes you happy about having wealth and having money in your life, and seeing how that would make life easier. So visualize this. You can capture this image in your mind's eye and go back to it, or you can make a vision board and go through magazines and cut out pictures of your dream home and your dream car and all of those things. Stick it, make a collage, stick it all together, pin it on your fridge and look at it every day. And the reason that you want to keep it in your mind's eye or have it there physically is because we're trying to change your thinking. So by seeing this abundance and prosperity and focusing on that every day, rather than focusing on the situation you're currently in, you're looking at something that could be. And what you're doing by that is you're getting the gears of manifestation moving. Because what will happen is that you start to get ideas and guidance in terms of what to do next. By the way, if you don't decide to put this in a physical format, like a vision board, then I would recommend that you do positive affirmations. In the mirror, ideally, those are the ones that work most powerfully. And positive affirmations are just saying things as statements of truth. So you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I'm abundant, wealthy, and healthy. Money comes easily to me. Money is my best friend. Money loves me and is magically attracted to me. You say these things over and over again to create a new kind of neural pathway in your mind that has a different attitude when it comes to money. What will happen then is that you start to get certain ideas. So some idea may pop up that will be like, go to the post office at 3 for no reason. And some of them will pay off and some of them won't. But just because some will be duds and don't lead anywhere, doesn't mean you have to give up on the process. Keep trusting your intuition and trying to hone it and make it more accurate by doing things like meditation, for example. If you are someone who has an interest in that, meditation certainly isn't going to harm this process at all. You will also get messages in the sense that you suddenly find yourself doing things and going to places and talking to people who under normal circumstances you never would have talked to. So you feel like there's a presence now in your life working with you to create these wonderful opportunities, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to be put into situations which actually help you to take the first steps to realizing your visions, the things that you've been dreaming of, the things that you've wanted to manifest. So let's say you find yourself at a party chatting to a couple and your dream is to create a makeup line. And they just happen to mention that they've got this facility and they've formulated a new lip gloss for one of their customers recently, and it's gone down really well. And you just happen to stand there and be there with these people who know a lot about that business. You take the opportunity and you talk to them and you say, I've been thinking of doing my own makeup line. Is there anything I need to know? Just get into a conversation with them. Sometimes people will even offer help, because if it's meant, remember, you're listening and you're visualizing things, and the things that are coming through are even if you're not spiritual or religious, these are the things that are meant to be in your life, so you can trust them. And they're going to be kind of biased in your favor. So all you need to do is present yourself and be there for these great things, and the ball will get rolling. And what you'll notice is that you start working at something that you actually enjoy on the side of what you're doing. This is all happening in your personal life on top of your existing job. You don't need to quit your existing job. You keep everything the same, and you start to just listen to these messages on the side, and you're really strict about that. You don't dismiss the messages. You don't say, that's not going to make me any money, give me something else. You really listen to what comes up. What you'll then find is that these practical wheels will start turning, and that things start to happen. And whether it's makeup, or you're doing a spiritual business, or whether you're creating your own company, things will start to form over the next couple of months. And within 6 months, usually to a year, you will have a business that is up and running, and that's providing you with an additional income on top of what you're doing full time as your day job. You can then decide, if you're already making as much as in your day job, you can decide to let that go and transition out of that and devote yourself to this new work fully. Or you can continue to do both, or you can juggle your schedule however you want. But the wonderful thing about this technique is it's not just a get rich quick scheme. It's creating wealth and abundance in your life by doing what you're meant to do here on this planet. Because your inner guidance is never going to tell you something that is unnatural to who you are and that goes against your beliefs and values. It's always going to be something that's for the greater good and that brings the best out in you. Like that siren there, helping people. So it's always going to end up as you doing something for the greater good that adds value to the world. That's how you get value back in the form of wealth and abundance. And you're also doing something that you're passionate about, that you care about. And that's real wealth, that's real abundance, and you're solving two problems at once here. You're solving the problem of, what am I supposed to do with my working life, and how can I do something that I truly enjoy? And secondly, you're solving the problem of, how can I make money and how can I become wealthy and rich so that I don't need to worry about money anymore. And that is it. It's as simple as that. So put those steps into practice. Start feeling the magic in your life, and enjoy the additional freedom that the money will give you. If you are someone who really struggles to visualize, or to get in touch with yourself, or to close your eyes and to look within, if for some reason you can't do that, either because visualization just doesn't work, you don't see the images, or whether something has happened to you that has traumatized you, that's affected you negatively, and that you can't really let the inner walls down, you're still protecting yourself from some sort of emotional pain or hurt. So you know, we all have issues. So if you're for instance dealing with issues from your childhood, and you're currently covering that up with a certain behavior, or drinking too much, then you're not going to want to go there emotionally and look at that. And that, when you close off one area of your life, unfortunately you close off all the areas of your life. So that's why addiction is so terrible and negative, because it cuts you off from your real self. So if you are someone who, for whatever reason, it doesn't have to be addiction, it can be thousands of reasons why you can't do this for yourself. If you can't do it for yourself, that's where astrology and tarot and numerology come in, because these are divination systems that are very accurate and that help you along with this, and that can tell you what your vocational aptitudes are, so what you're going to be naturally talented in when it comes to work, and also it can show you what your life purpose is, what you're here to do on planet Earth. And a lot of the time, people achieve their life mission through their work. So it's not just important that you get rich and that you become abundant. Yes, that's great. But what's even more important is that you're achieving your reason for being here, and you're doing it with work that you love and enjoy and that benefits others at the same time. So if you are struggling to figure these things out, try these techniques first. They really, really do work. And your intuition is always going to be much more accurate than anyone else's. But if you do want some assistance with it, then get in touch with me for a personal reading. Just go to gregoryscott.com, click on the readings tab to order your reading, and that is going to allow me to draw up your specific natal chart. I take your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth, and that gives me a blueprint of who you are, what your talents are when it comes to work, and why you're here on planet Earth. It's very easy for me to tell you that. So if you can't go within and you can't get that magic to work with you, you may need a leg up to get you in the right direction, and then once things are moving, you'll be able to open up a little bit more and start to hear your guidance. So it's really something that you ought to do for yourself. We are all here on the planet for a certain number of years, and you shouldn't ever wish your life away in a job that you dislike. You know, people say, oh, on Monday morning when they're like, I can't wait for Friday. You don't have to suffer that anymore. We don't live in those days where we have no choice. You can really do something that you love and that's joyful and that creates a lot of money for you, and that gives you then that financial freedom to travel and to enjoy yourself and to take time off here and there. So please get in touch with me for the personal readings on gregoryscott.com. Hit the subscribe button on this channel if you like this video, and also if you're interested in live tarot readings, because on YouTube I occasionally come on live and you can type in a question and I have a deck of tarot cards with me and I pull cards and I give you an answer to your question. So make sure you hit subscribe and that the bell is on. I hope this little video is going to help you in terms of creating wealth and abundance in your life, and I wish you all the very best with it.